Hello everyone and welcome back to Piccadilly. We are here for another story time and today we have something very important to talk about. You might have heard about some people who are being treated badly or unfairly because of the way they look or the color of their skin, and that's not right. There's some very brave people right now who are speaking up and defending others. We live in a world full of different people who look different, who act different, who come from different places. We should respect and celebrate those differences. So today at Piccadilly, we've selected 2 books to read for you that feature kids just like you. And they are learning about and celebrating the things that make them, their friends, and their families different. This first book is called The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela, and because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Rigoberto, from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller. When the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer?" Tell the class your story. "We went to France," Shayla says. "These shells came from a beach in Maine." A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile they look like they'll turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. "My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina. Each souvenir is a small triumph of a journey. Their travels going on and on." And as you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb, and your days spent at home caring for your little sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen to sleep. And in that room, when no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? There'll be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your own friend, Nadha, will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far, the game isn't one you can ever really play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready, even though you don't know yet what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you, until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister, you tell the class, your voice stronger than it was a minute ago, reading books and telling stories, and even though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. Your name is like my little sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina too, and all at once, in the room where no one else is quite like you, The world opens itself up a little wider to make some space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. And that's the end. Put the friends together. Okay. And the second book that we have today to read is called When We Were Alone. This book is about your family. So the character in this story is talking, well, I'll let you see. Let's see what she's talking about. Today, I helped my kokum in her flower garden. She always wears colorful clothes. It's like she dresses in rainbows. When she bent down to prune some of the flowers, I couldn't even see her because she blended in with them. She was like a chameleon. Nokom, why do you wear so many colors? Asked. Nokom said, well, no see some. When I was your age, at home in my community, my friends and I wore many different colors. But at the school I went to, far away from home, they gave us different clothes to wear. All the children were dressed the same, and our clothes weren't colorful at all. We all mixed together like storm clouds. Why do you have to dress like that? I asked. They didn't like that we wore such beautiful colors, Nokom said. They want us to look like everybody else. But sometimes in the fall, when we were alone, and the leaves had turned to their warm autumn hues, we would roll around on the ground. We would pile the leaves over the clothes they had given us, and we would be colorful again. And this made us happy. Now, Nokom said, I always wear the most beautiful colors. After I helped with the flowers, we went over to the back gate. There were vines covering the gate, and they reached all the way to the ground. When my kokum turned to fix the latch, I saw that her braid hung almost as low as the vines. It was like she had a tail. Nokom, why do you wear your hair so long? I asked. Nokom said, well, no see some. When I was your age, at home in my community, my friends and I grew our hair long, just like our people have always done. It made us feel strong and proud. But at the school I went to, far away from home, they cut off all our hair. Our strands of hair mixed together on the ground like blades of dead grass. Why did you have to wear your hair like that? I asked. They didn't like that we were proud, Nokom said. They wanted us to be like everybody else. But sometimes in the spring, when we were alone, and the grass had grown so long and thick in the field, we would pick the blades from the ground, we would braid them into the short hair they had given us, and we would have long hair again. And this made us happy. Now, Nokom said, I always wear my hair long. After my kokum had fixed the latch, I followed her to the birdhouse. There was a bird flying through the air, like a jingle-dress dancer. She fed the bird and whispered, Here, little bird, so you will get big and strong. And her words sounded just like a poem. Nokom, why do you speak in Cree? I asked. Nokom said, well, no see some. And you can see, here's the words written in Cree. I spoke them in English, though. When I was your age, at home in my community, my friends and I always spoke our language. But at the school I went to, far away from home, they wouldn't let us speak our words. All the children used their strange words, and we didn't understand them at all. Our voices blended together like a flock of crows. Why did you have to talk in their language? I asked. They didn't like that we spoke our language, Nokom said. They wanted us to talk like everybody else. But sometimes in the summer, when we were alone and our teachers weren't anywhere around the place we were, we would whisper to each other in Cree. We would say all the words we weren't allowed to say so that we wouldn't forget them. And this made us happy. Now, Nokom said, I always speak my language. After our gardening work was done, I sat with my kokom in the backyard. Her brother came over and sat with us. He comes over all the time. We drank tea and ate bannock. The tea was hot and sweet, and the bannock was moist and warm and melted in my mouth. My kokom and my uncle talked and laughed like children. Nokom, why do you and Nokomis always spend time together? I asked. Nokom said, well, no sisom. When we were your age, at home in our community, being with family was the most important thing. We played with each other, did chores together, and shared everything. But at the school I went to, far away from home, they wouldn't let us be together. My brother and I were separated, like day and night. Why were you and Nokomi separated? I asked. They didn't like when we were with family, Nokom said, because when we were together, we thought too much of home. But sometimes in the winter, when we were alone and we were sure that nobody could see us, we would find each other. We would take off our mitts, and in the crisp, cold air, we would hold hands so we could be with each other. And this made us happy. Now, Nokom said as she reached over and held my uncle's hand and mine, I am always with my family. That's the end. So thanks for joining us at Piccadilly this week for Storytime, and we will see you next week. Okay, everybody? Bye.